Ladies and gentlemen, I was told by the second greatest man alive and the greatest YouTuber alive that it was okay to cry, but I refuse. I refuse to be vulnerable on camera. But I have sad news today. I have very sad news. A staffer of Joe Biden has tweeted.
It's all right, baby. Take your time.
Thank you, thank you.
Don't worry about it, baby. It's all right.
Thank you. The staffer tweeted about a man who's been in office longer than we've all been alive. He fought to keep black people segregated from white society. Hello, Amber C. He eulogized a Klansman. He's destroyed hundreds of thousands of black homes in this country. And he did it with pride. With white pride. He locked up fathers, sons, uncles, and cousins. He is the greatest man that I think is still alive. It is a horrible day for the country.
It's okay, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a horrible day for the world. But we have to move forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my best friend. His name is Van Jones. He was sad. He was sad on TV. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Sorry. Let me get it together. I apologize. When Joe Biden won and he cheated and he shook the world, Van Jones was there.
To be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
It matters.
And it's easier for a whole lot of people.
Not me.
If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers.
Hi, dreamers.
Back for no reason.
Kids in cages.
It's vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. The I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know, and you're going to the store.
I can't breathe.
And people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your kids, and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her?
Get in the car, sis. Please get in the car.
And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace.
So that was when Joe Biden won. And now, Joe Biden is leaving.
Even people who are pushing for this to happen, it's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry.
Keys, please.
because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him.
I wouldn't be here without you, Joe.
And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, politics is politics, but this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first, and put the party first, and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party.
Van Jones doesn't know anything about politics. His whole job is to be a political pundit. It's a horrible day, y'all.
Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. We may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country. He did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday, and I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done, and a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible.
But it's okay, because not just black men are crying. White men are crying too.
Joe Biden is grounded. He's grounded in his faith, in his family, and in our state. Excuse me.
Excuse me too.
I'm sorry. This was a very difficult decision.
It's so difficult. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm sorry. Get it together. I'm gonna play a video. I'm gonna play a video that I put together. And I've added some stuff to it. And this this is for you, Joe. Joe, this is for
And I said, yeah, Mom, I remember that. I said, remember when you were a kid and they were desegregating Mayfield, the neighborhood we live, the neighboring neighborhood called Linfield? You were 14 or 15 years old. I told you not to go down there because there were people protesting, but you went down and you got arrested for being on the porch with a black family, and they brought you back home.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy.
Remember you had that job as a lifeguard in a country club setting? Did you want to be the only white guy to work in the East Side in the projects as a lifeguard? I said, yeah, Mom.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
Hey, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
1987, he bragged about getting an award from George Wallace.
Biden bragged about an award from the notorious segregationist Governor George Wallace and told the Philadelphia Inquirer, "I think the Democratic Party could stand a liberal George Wallace, someone who's not afraid to stand up and offend people."
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. That's how it's always been with me in the black community. It's the same community. By the way, one of the guys that when I was a lifeguard back then is, and I helped represent as a young public defender, is out here now. He's a major labor leader. They're my friends. They're still my friends. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Biden was remarking to an audience in South Virginia that included hundreds of black voters.
Hey, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
The reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
One thing Biden is being slammed for is the crime bill he helped write 25 years ago that many critics say resulted in mass incarceration, especially of young African-American men.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing.
It did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
There's about 100,000 of them, if you want to be rhetorically extreme about it, who are the predators. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. We have no choice but to take them out of society. I would ordinarily be going through black neighborhoods on the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side. And, hey, Joe, well, how you doing? You know, everybody, well, just because they're my friends, let them know I'm still there. We can't do that now. Not because of the black community, because it's too dangerous for me to be out walking unaccompanied. So what I'm doing now is trying to keep in touch with as many of my black constituents and letting people know that I'm available. I'm available. It's a reason why I got involved in politics in the first place, not a joke. It's awful hard as well to get Latinx vaccinated as well. Why? They're worried that they'll be vaccinated and deported.
Because I was 29, I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
Even call centers, which rushed overseas in the hundreds of thousands. How many times you get the call? I'd like to talk to you about your credit card. Again, you have to start off with what they start off with. There's less than 1% of the population of Iowa that is African American. There is probably less than 4 or 5% of that is our minorities. What is in Washington?
I think it's a vast majority.
Yeah. So look, it goes back to what you start off with, what you're dealing with. Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody deserves a shot. If you were, the emperor right now, you're running the show, what are the things that you would do? Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient.
Hunter once refused a date because of his own Asian hate. In the 2019 exchange, his cousin Carolyn offers to set him up with one of her friends, to which Hunter replied, "No yellow."
But there's one more band member that I want you to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, our vocalist tonight, Michael Jackson. Michael, would you please stand?
First son Hunter Biden repeatedly called his white attorney the N-word.
He's a grown man. He is the smartest man I know.
Hunter Biden reportedly wrote to his attorney, quote, "How much money do I owe you? Because N-word, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates. In another message, Biden began a text to his attorney with OMG N-word, and Biden responded at one point with true that N-word.
One chapter receiving fresh scrutiny comes from his earliest years in the Senate, when he strongly opposed mandatory school busing. It was designed to achieve integration and a more equitable education. What's less known is how he followed the lead of some of the Senate's most fervent segregationists.
Working with segregationists on an anti-busing agenda is very, very scary.
Early education. You know, you know all the studies better than I, as well as I do, that you come out of a neighborhood or a house where there's no books, where there's a dysfunctional family, where there's a problem, and you start off school, you hear 1 million fewer words haven't been spoken because there's not conversation. Well, guess what the studies show now? If you have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds going to early education, not daycare, education, you increase by 56% their ability to go through 12 years of school and on to community college. And I'm going to make community college free.
1977, Biden worried that his children would grow up in a, quote, racial, his words, jungle if integration is not done in a, quote, orderly way, whatever that means.
On March 25th, 1977, Biden wrote, "My bill strikes at the heart of the injustice of court-ordered busing. It prohibits the federal courts from disrupting our educational system." Biden sought and received support from Mississippi Senator James Eastland, the Democratic chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and a leading symbol of Southern resistance to desegregation.
I think the concept of busing, which implicit in that concept is the question you just asked, or the statement within the question you just asked, that we are going to integrate people so that they all have the same access and they learn to grow up with one another and all the rest, is a rejection of the whole movement of black pride, is a rejection of the entire black awareness concept, where black is beautiful, black culture should be studied, and a cultural awareness of the importance of their own identity, their own individuality.
Community, black, in the east side where I'm from, where I was. Ms. Barlow, please excuse Carter for his absence today, but I needed his advice, so we had lunch together.
Coming over to the house. President, come.
Here's your food, Mr. President. It's a pleasure serving you.
All right, man.
This is a very unique day, a very special day.
We're about to eat dinner with Joe Biden. That's fire, like, the president's coming.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Keep the faith.
Couldn't really believe that the president was coming to our house.
Welcome, Rob. We really appreciate you coming to our.
Come on, man. This is a pain in the neck for you.
This is all great. So what we'd like to do is just come into our space, our living area.
All right. Well, I mean, you got chicken fingers, you got the whole deal. I went the route of making sure I had going to a black home where a dad and his son were sitting at the kitchen table with him and they talk about it. And after it was all over, his father said, no one's talked to my son like this before. No one said, you really mean it. I do mean it. I mean it. There's so many opportunities we have. And I think the community is beginning to see it. At least I hope so.
Oh, Joe. Hello. I am OT Them Speaks. My wife's going to kill me for that beginning. I'm going to start off this live. It kind of already started, but I'm going to say that I lean right. I'm not MSNBC, but I will let you know when I'm giving opinions, and I don't want to trick you into thinking I'm just giving you straight up news. Everything I've played so far, 100% facts. But today I'm going to be on a little bit more of a conspiracy tune. The title of today's live, what is the title of my live? Oh, where's Joe Biden? Why are we accepting a tweet as the official declaration of a U.S. president? I don't understand what's happening right now. You guys know my opinion if you've frequented here or been here before. Please like, subscribe, share if you haven't. I don't know what we're doing. This is very odd because I seem to be the only person, and I'm tweeting it. I'm putting it on. She said she was about to unsubscribe. I've been tweeting it. I've been posting on IG, Facebook, everywhere, just to ask the question, where is Joe Biden? Since when is a tweet an official statement? Why hasn't he said anything yet? Now, when he does, I have no issues with it, and I can move forward. But until I hear him say that he's stepping away, I don't understand why it's news. We heard it last week. Let me see if I still have that. Newsmax. It was called Newsmax. 1 second. I may have deleted it. Newsmax. I don't have it anymore. Newsmax was the first. I believe they were the first ones to break the story that this was going to happen, and they said it was going to happen ahead of time. So we're talking Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday, the latest. They said Joe Biden has agreed he's going to step down. He's not going to endorse Kamala, which is interesting. And then they said that the statement was pre-drafted for him, so he didn't even write it. We seen during the last debate, he was live tweeting, which we know wasn't him. So I ask again, who tweeted that? And why are we accepting that as it? We were already told that the letter was written for him. So unless I hear it from his mouth, I cannot accept a tweet. I don't care about the letter. I don't care what the letter says. I don't care who signed it. We can say he signed it, I guess. But there's some problems with this, with accepting this. And again, my conspiratorial tinfoil hat tells me that I don't know if he's agreed to it yet. Because as of last Thursday, he was insisting he was going to keep running. What happened over the weekend? Why did he say that he insisted that he was going to run 2 or 3 days after they said that he wasn't going to run? What was he trying to do? I don't understand. Why would he insist that he was going to keep running after it was decided that he wasn't? Why not go dark then? Why go dark over the weekend and then Sunday the letter comes out and make it official and we don't hear it from him? I don't like this. I don't like it. And until I hear him say it, I'm not sold that he's agreed. And if he hasn't agreed, again, conspiracy. Who put that out? Because if anything happens where he says, no, I am going to run, that means we now have, all right, again, conspiracy. We have a potential coup attempt via Twitter. This definitely has never happened, but I need to hear the President of the United States say, I am stepping away from this campaign. Because if he doesn't say it, we know he doesn't run social media. We know he didn't write that letter. I don't like this. This is crazy to me that it's been all news, 24 hours, all night. You wake up at 3 a.m. this morning, they're talking about it. Why? Who? I need to understand. By the way, Clara Booker, Bolo, what's going on? Miss SJ, Miss Denise, I saw you in here earlier. Who else is in here? Miss Phoenix Rising, T-Hep 305, Miss Tasha Cherie, Evo the artist. Appreciate everyone coming in here. Mel Dub, of course, as always. True Essence, nice to see you. Good to see you. Who else? Andre Dub, always, sir. Much respect. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Why are we accepting this? Catcher, what's going on? Catcher Meta Jagger. That's how you guys say it, if you don't know. Why are we accepting a tweet as a government statement? I mean, literally, it's all the news has been talking about, which makes me concerned even more. Because why has no one else besides me, apparently, asked, where's Joe Biden? In my mind, I immediately say, well, wait a minute. If it was him, why wouldn't he do a statement? Or just a short video, something, anything? He doesn't have to go live. He doesn't have to do all that. But just say it. It was my decision. Because if it's not, again, we have a potential coup on our hands. And that, to me, is terrifying. Because they're forcing somebody out. If that's the case, obviously, I don't want to come across as crazy. I really am. I'm not. But when I see something like this, it really bothers me, especially when we know the ramifications. So, according to the letter, he's going to stay in as president and run out his term and just allow chaos in the Democratic Party. I just don't understand. I don't. Yes, Clara. The government put out a statement on Twitter rather than just putting his iPhone in front of him and saying, "Hey, can you they can stick him a little bit, poke him with a stick, say it, something, anything." I still need to hear from his mouth. But until I hear that, I don't want to hear it. I genuinely don't want to hear it. It's weird to me. And again, as long as all the media is lockstep moving forward with a narrative, it always makes me say, what's really going on here? Not a conspiracy theorist, but I seem to be the only one. And every time I type it, people are like, yeah, what's the big deal? They said he's going to announce it later on this week. What? When? Why not do that first? Why not allow him to say it? To me, it has more weight, and it tells the rest of the world, hey, this is my decision. This is very similar to the Secret Service thing. I don't know if you guys watched the hearing today. Phenomenal. But why leave all these open questions? This was a couple senators asked, or was it House? I don't know who was holding the hearing. I don't know if it was House or Senate. Let's see who was doing it. I think it was senators. Anyway, doesn't matter. But they were asking the head of the Secret Service, why would you want to leave these questions open? Aren't you worried about conspiracy theories? And she said, yeah. And then they asked her a question, and she just refused to answer everything. I can't answer. You're leaving the window open for every kind of conspiracy to fly in. And apparently people are okay with this. But I'm going to, until I see that man say it, I can't accept a tweet. Like it's unbelievable. I can't even accept the letter. Because now, I'm not going to go that far. I just want to know where he is. I almost said something that would have further shadow banned my channel. I want to know where he is. That's all I want. And I want to see him say it, and then I'm good. I have no issue with it. But if you have somebody who was so adamant for since the debate, I'm running. And then they announce he's not running, and he says, no, I'm running. And then not only did he announce he's running, he chastised whoever leaked I wasn't going to say it, Clara. I'm not going to say that. And you know what? I'm not even putting that up. But not only was he upset at the suggestion of him stepping down, but he chastised whoever leaked the letter, and he denied it and said, no, I'm running. So why on Sunday do we just say, okay, he finally did it? Because the left wants him to do it. I know the right wants him to do it. We love chaos. I am going to end again today on glorious. I'm telling you, that is the word of this election cycle. Glorious. For me, this is all glorious. I can't wait to watch chaos ensue. But I don't accept that letter. I don't accept that tweet. I just don't. I don't care where it shows up. I need him to say it. I didn't. Well, I kind of did. It was kind of on purpose. But that's where my mind's going. Like, where is this man? They said he's got COVID. He's sick. They made this big deal out of, he's fine. He's doing good. And then the next thing you know, he stepped down. He said he would only do it in case of a medical emergency. We heard him say it. I played it on one of my lives. He said, absolutely not. What's changed in a 3-day period? Or 4? Because I believe it was Thursday was the last time he said no. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What changed over those 3 days? Other than what we know he caught. He didn't say he would step down for that, though. He said medical reasons. So if there's complications, I need to know. Why isn't this public information? This is our employee. He's not coming into work today. Cool. Why not? Where's the doctor's note? I don't know why people don't look at this like this, because this is what it is. Our employee, you understand, you can go on a website, and I showed people this before. You can go on a website, and he has to post his schedule within 24 hours. So we have the right to know where that man is tomorrow. He has to post his schedule because he works for us. So I want to know what's going on. What's going on? No, they all wear masks. Clara said he caught it at the NAACP event. Nah, they all wear masks. They would never. They would never. But yes, Andre, they are. I don't understand why they're tight-lipped. I don't understand this. And my antennas go up immediately because it's worrisome that the whole world just said, oh, he's gone without any kind of reassurance. Before Trump walked off that stage, he had within sound mind to say, you know what, I need to let the country know I'm okay. And the first thing he did is he threw up a fist and said, fight, fight. And again, I talked about this right after that attempt. When a football player is hurt on a field, before he gets off, he has the wherewithal to say, you know what, let me give a thumbs up so they know to move forward. Right? We see it every time somebody gets hurt. The president did it. Or the last president did it. The future president did it. The next president did it for us. So now we have the actual president radio silent. And the most important, I don't know. I should have looked this up. I don't know when the last time a president an incumbent did not run again for re-election. I should have looked that up. I'll get that. Maybe put it on my wall. But this is not like something that happens every election, every other, even within 10 years. We don't see this happening. So to see a letter and a tweet, it's unacceptable to me. And I need to look at the staffers and find out why they, like Karine Jean-Pierre, nobody's talking about it except for everyone else. So everyone who wanted him gone is out there pretending to be sad about it. John Thompson, what's going on, sir? Everyone who wanted him gone is pretending to be upset and crying like me at the beginning of this live. But in all reality, they're the same ones who the week before were saying he's got to go. This is sad. He's got to go. Kamala and Gavin Newsom insisted that they were going to be loyal to this man. And now they don't even wait for him to announce that he's gone before they start swarming like killer bees. Wu-Tang killer bees. That's for you, Andre. But I don't. You wanted to see him lose I don't care who runs because they're both going to lose. It's going to be Kamala because they did do something that they weren't supposed to do. The letter was supposed to say that he was not going to endorse a specific candidate. So somebody changed the letter and said that he would endorse her. But I don't know. It's very confusing to me. The most confusing thing is everyone on the internet knows everyone on the internet lies, yet we accept the biggest lie of the last decade and just move on. And that shows the attention spans. And I think that whoever put that out knows that America has an attention span problem. And they just figured, okay, they'll accept it. But we got to see this guy. Not after they stick him with whatever else they stick him up with. I wanted to see him make the announcement because to me, this is crazy. And I don't do, well, I do conspiracies, but they have to make sense to me. And this one makes sense. President got his life. They attempted to take his life. I have no issues with the conspiracies unless you say he did it. Then I have a problem. He fixed it. He staged it. Nonsense. But if you want to tell me the three-letter agencies did it, have at it. I'm in. I'm going to listen. But this one is crazy. And Miss Clara, if he is too prideful to announce, that means it is against his will. It is treason to try to force a president out. That is a coup. Like literally punished by DEATH. Like You can't do that. You can't force a president out. You can't write a letter for him and make it official. That's the problem with this. And I know he's prideful because he showed how prideful he is. He's been showing it. By refusing every opportunity he got, he said no and he laughed at it and then he got angry. So why, over the weekend, would he just put this tweet out? By the way, everybody, like I said before, during the debate, he was tweeting, "This is my policy. This is this is that, this is this." That's not him. Clearly, he was up there. We saw him. He was blanking out on stage while he's live tweeting coherent messages. Like, what are we doing? I don't believe Jill signed it. The family was initially against it. They were deciding who to fire for even suggesting he go. Hunter was attending all the meetings, all the advisory meetings. Jill was there for all the meetings. I'm sure his brother was somewhere around there scavenging. What made them decide, you know what? We're going to do this for the party when they were on the opposite end of this whole fight that's been happening for the last however many weeks it's been since the debate. They were trying to fire these same people who are now cheerleading it. Here comes Kamala. I put together a little montage about Kamala, and it's indicative of where we're headed, which is why I absolutely love it. If he's gone and he's just gonna pretend to run the country for the next few months, I'm good with that. But I still need to see it. But I'm even more excited to watch Kamala try to run for president when her speech patterns may be worse than his. You want to know how I know? I got proof. I put together a compilation for Kamala. Took forever to do this. But let's watch the lady who thinks she's going to win. Now, before I even do that, she's going to get nominated. I don't know how anyone's going to surpass her. I've said this 1,000 times. The money is with her. It's going to be with her. There's no reason for her to step to the side. It's just not going to happen. But that doesn't mean she's going to win. And I don't see it. Oh, I got some cackles for you. Just wait. All right. So without further ado, Kamala, it's called the Super Compilation.
Imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles? Right. And then let's just see where they overlap. You will not be surprised because I have constructed a Venn diagram on this. Remember those 3 circles, how they overlap? I love Venn diagrams. So I just do. Whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, the 3 circles. The television coverage of just yesterday, that's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but just limit it to what we have seen.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby.
Well, I think
her laugh is so annoying that I had to split it up throughout the video because the compilation that I found was way too long to I can't hear her laugh. It's too much. But this is her, I believe at in front of an Essence crowd, talking about our culture.
Culture is a reflection of our moment and our time, right? And present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment.
Oh yes.
And we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment that is a reflection of joy, because
so much joy.
It comes in the morning. we have to find ways to also express the way we feel about the moment in terms of just having language and a connection to how people are experiencing life.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened
by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. It is our lowest income communities and our communities of color that are most impacted by these extreme conditions.
This is not a joke.
And impacted by issues that are not of their own making. And so
women.
Absolutely. And so we have to address this in a way that is about giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place.
Oh, yeah.
And if we want people to be in an equal place, sometimes we have to take into account those disparities and do that work. If we want fair outcomes, we must understand what are disparities and then accommodate and adjust for those disparities if we want equal outcomes. What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been? I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And
IMO speaks. I'm sitting here. I have on a blue shirt, and I don't do pronouns because I'm not a sissy. Oh, we're live.
Who we can be, unburdened by who we have been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. For us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
Six former administration officials last week wrote that open letter urging the administration to change course, to change strategy. Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
Every day.
Every day it is time for us to agree. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What could be, unburdened by what had been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues are just settled. Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right. And that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And
I'm out here in these streets.
let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they not like us.
She really said they not like us. She really said that. This is pandering at a level that we have not seen yet. And it's going to be glorious.
They not.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. People who are fleeing murder capitals of the world. There are children who are fleeing murder capitals of the world, who have fled, most of them, murder capitals of the world. We have families that are fleeing murder capitals of the world.
He knows how to sell right there. Okay.
Break it down in layman's terms for people who don't understand what's going on and how can this directly affect the people of the United States.
So Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia.
We campaign with the plan.
Uppercase T, uppercase P. D-plan.
Do you plan to visit the border?
Not today. But I have before, and I'm sure I will again.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Vice President have a point there?
Not only was she a DA, she moved on. So she started out a local prosecutor, became a DA, and then ran for president. Failed, and failed up because that's when she was made the vice president. And now she is the front runner on the left to be the president of the United States.
Some things you can, many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a constitution.
And yes, we can, because he reminds me of that guy in The Wizard of Oz. You know, when you pull back the curtain, it's a really small dude.
Okay. I'm not even going to take the bait, Senator Harris, but I am going to take this to Senator.
George, it wasn't about you.
I'm going to take this to Senator Sanders right now because
there is
a mother who pays a coyote. Imagine a mother who makes a decision to pay a coyote. When a mother pays a coyote, what can be unburdened by what has been. What
The coyote thing is funny. It reminds me when, like, if you tell somebody you want some frijoles and they correct you, it's frijoles. Why is she saying coyote like that? She's clearly trying to pander to Hispanics and the illegals that they've allowed to flood in.
can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
she's still got a sense of humor. Right?
It's too much.
I said I'm going to go to the border. And when are you going to the border, Vice President? The administration has asked. I'm not finished. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. What can be
there we go.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Keep in mind, none of this stuff was repeated in here. This is all individual statements. Nothing was repeated. It's phenomenal. She just says the same things over and over and over. And I pray she accepts that debate in September. Oh my gosh. That'll probably be the most watched event, even over soccer events.
What can be, what should be, unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Often through a caravan, with a coyote even. To transport her child through their country of origin, through the entire country of Mexico. Of traveling through the entire country of Mexico. To transport her child across the entire country of Mexico. Being clear with you right now.
Yes, okay.
And so if you're interested, I'll continue to be clear. There are a whole lot.
She gets feisty. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. When she gets questioned at all, she gets a little attitude. I don't know what side that's from, but woof.
A lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't, there's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them.
And I think in New Hampshire,
So, G. Will, I had to separate the laughing and spread it out because everyone probably would have left. I would have left and come back because I can't take the cackling.
And be unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be
unburdened by what has been.
through the entire country of Mexico.
It was safer for them to take that trek through Mexico.
Facing unknown peril, facing unknown peril, facing unknown peril in what they know could be a perilous journey. We have always presented ourselves as being a nation of strength with strong arms, the strong arms of America.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. We are doing it.
But should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it. Unburdened by what has been and knowing what can be. Have a sense of vision about what can be, unburdened by what has been. To see what can be, unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Part of the strength of our nation is supposed to be that we have strong arms. That when people are fleeing harm, we will embrace them. Which will embrace and protect anyone fleeing or facing harm. Should be here to receive anyone who is fleeing harm.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border.
Please don't come.
Do not come.
What do you see as the biggest national security challenge confronting the U.S.? What is the thing that worries you and keeps you up at night?
Frankly, one of them is our democracy.
Well,
She said, what do you fear?
About making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come.
What do you see as the biggest national security challenge confronting the U.S.? What is the thing that worries you and keeps you up at night?
Frankly, one of them is our democracy.
What could be unburdened by what had been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Where we can be unburdened by where we have been.
What was possible, unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What does Donald Trump do? But what does this president do? He virtually looks at those children and says, go back to where you came from. Not to flick them away and say, go back to where you came from. And that's the kind of policy we've had from this administration. He says, go back to where you came from. That is not reflective of our America and our values, and it's got to end.
And I believe if you come to our border, you will be turned back.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. And I again want to thank the Secretary for your work. This issue of transportation is fundamentally about just making sure that people have the ability to get where they need to go. It's that basic.
You don't feel misused or underused?
No, I don't. When folks vote, they order what they want, and in this case, they got what they asked for. I went off script a little bit.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
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 I call her Laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. Crazy Nancy. Did you see Nancy Pelosi is selling out Biden now? Did you see? She turned on him like a dog. Well, I don't know if he should continue. All of a sudden, where did that come from? She was 100%. All of a sudden, she's not sure. Not sure means he's gone. But no, she's crazy as a bed bug. She's a crazy person.
Okay. So, joining us now from New York.
Okay. Now because you'll need some help. Maybe you can have
I've never heard crazy as a bed bug before, but I laughed out loud when he said that. That dude is a comedian. He's a natural comedian. Yeah, crazy as a bed bug. That one got me. Crazy as bug. If you know, you know. I had to do that to you guys. I apologize. I really do. In a way, it's kind of me trolling you all, but in another way, I'm showing you guys what we're in for and how glorious this election season is going to be. I could not have written a better script. This is absolutely amazing because I have more on her. Like, I cut out a lot. I really did. I never heard that one, D. He said that's all I'm saying. I never heard that. Crazy as a bed bug. I apologize to everyone for traumatizing you all, but I did spread out the stuff so that it wasn't, completely monotonous. That laugh is, oh man. But yes, I really genuinely pray that she sticks to that September debate because that would be a slaughter. He's just too funny, and he's not going to go at her. I think his strategy for what he did to Biden in the last election is what he would do to her. But he's too funny, man. He's too quick. He's too funny. She needs a script. So when she goes in and starts getting ready for the debate, everything's gonna be rote. They're just gonna keep giving her numbers, this, that, the other, and she can only do that. She can't fly off the cuff. You heard what happens when she does. She resorts back to what she knows, and being unburdened. But yeah, so I had to play that, and again, I apologize. What do you guys think? Does anyone else see it or find it weird that we haven't heard from the president yet? It's late Monday, unless it's happening right now. I'm using my phone to record. Unless it's happening right now, he still hasn't said anything, and I don't understand why. I don't know why we had to wait. That was very, very strange to me. But I'm all in, man. I can't wait to see her. Her whole campaign's going to be like that. It's not going to change. Why would it change? That's who she is. It's who she's always been. It's why she lost California. She didn't even poll double digits in her own state. Why? All she did was lock up black people. That's what she does. That's what she's great at. And she's going to be pushed, and the AKAs are going to come out for her strong. Black women hopefully won't come out as strong as I think they are for her, but I have a bad feeling about that. But everyone else is turned off by her, so it'll kind of offset, and it'll actually help Trump in the end. It is like scratching a chalkboard. She will. It really is. It really is. But yes, to me, I don't understand it. And it's since yesterday. If I had hair, I'd be pulling it out because I'm asking, like, what is this? What is this? It's just weird. And you see it down the line, and every random ex profile is posting it, and I'm like, why are we accepting this? It's a letter. I could post it. Does that if I went in and typed my own letter and just forged his signature, would everyone just accept it? No, they're gonna say that's not real. How do we know it's not real? We don't. We do not. Watch how the aggressive so-called black people will attack other blacks who ain't rocking with it. That always happens. That's been happening since the 70s. Let's see. You're still assuming that he's doing this. I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on it. And I just need to see it. That's it. I have no issue. So he said, I told you he's resigning at the DNC and stepping down. I just need to see it. Then why announce it now? Why not wait? It's very strange to me. Unless he doesn't agree with it. You're saying it's done. How do you know? Because of the tweet? Come on up. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it has not happened yet. That's why it's very strange that we're just accepting a tweet. I don't understand it. It's very strange. The link is pinned, though. I don't accept it until I see it. It's pretty simple. For me, it is. This is the Democrat Party saying this is what we're doing. Change the name. Don't forget to change. I'm not going to pull you up. Just change the name. Yeah, I'm not accepting that it's just what it is because there was a tweet. You don't want to change the name? Cam up for me too. I work around. We're saying the same thing. Good. We're not accepting unless he formally announces it. That it doesn't make sense to do otherwise. Even if it's true, I don't care if it's true. Either way, it's going to be glorious for YouTube and anyone who covers politics. This is going to be phenomenal, man. But I need to wait until I see it. Oh, fell out. Must be having issues. Yeah, it makes no difference. No one's beating Trump. And the only person who would have a chance has insisted she's not going to run, and that's Michelle Obama. And she would have to raise a lot of money, and she would have to go through a lot of things, and her husband would have to go through a lot of things. I don't know if you guys saw Tucker Carlson's interview. I don't know if I should pull that up. I'm already hated by YouTube. Some of you probably noticed you have to type in my whole name on YouTube in order for it to come up. There's a reason for that. I touch on topics that they don't really care for. But Tucker Carlson did an interview with a gentleman about Obama. So if you type in Tucker Carlson Obama, you should find the interview. There we go. Can you cam up real quick, please? But yeah, if you type it in, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't think he wants to go through that. I don't. There's too much. Too much. Cool. What's going on, sir? Oh, you're muted.
Yo, salute to you, bro. Hey, is
What's
my avatar showing up there?
No, it's just the default.
Okay. It ain't showing like a picture or nothing. That's weird. I don't understand why the thing.
It's in the chat. I don't know why. So, but this is StreamYard, so it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but if people don't know who it is, salute everybody. All right.
Mel Dubs in the house. What's going on, man?
Give it up, man. I'm telling you, he's resigning at the Democrat National Convention.
Okay. I don't care if he does or doesn't. What I'm saying is, why are you accepting it? Because of a tweet.
So I'm accepting it because it's something that should have been done before. And I think that they had realized it long before that debate. This is the way that they're going to let it go out. So they set up Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. That's why, if you noticed in the beginning, probably like a week ago, it started just flowing like Joe Biden needs to drop out. More and more people slowly and surely, some of the big donors started saying Joe Biden needs to drop out. Now you had fools like D.L. Hewley saying, please, massa, stay. But more and more people started saying Joe Biden needs to drop out. So Joe Biden then gives an interview. He says, I'm staying in. Mm-hmm. But he also said, I would only drop out if it's a medical reason.
Yes.
So then they released this empty.
But hold on, Mel, because after that,
go ahead.
He said he refused again when he was at a speaking engagement. Emphatically, I am not stepping out. I am in this to the end. This is why I'm trying to understand why we're accepting it, because literally 3 days before the letter came out, he was denying it again. So it's not like what he called the black interviews was the end of it. It wasn't. He kept emphatically saying no. His staff put out a statement condemning whoever leaked the letter and denied the letter. That's why I'm not convinced that he's agreeing with this.
Well, that's where I'm going to say why he's going to do it, because I think there's such a StreamYard of people who have, like the Obamas and everybody, who've already put out the information of the great service Joe. Because, I told you before, yes. I said what they're going to do is they're going to make this seem like a heroic gesture that he is doing. Mm-hmm. They're going to hide the fact that this has been 3 years of failure.
Trying to placate him. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to try to dismiss the fact that this dude can't find his way out of a brown paper bag. Yep. And he's done a bad job foreign policy, all the stuff that's been bad about this administration. They want to hide it so that they can prop up Kamala. Now, Joe is going to go to that convention and he's going to tell people, you know what? I thought about this and it's probably best that I do step down. But if I'm not capable of running for re-election, then I don't think I should be president of the United States either. That way you give Kamala Harris the symbolic victory and the symbolic gesture and an easier pathway towards securing the nomination. Because right now she don't have a lock on that nomination.
No, she doesn't. And it all hell's going to break loose once that happens because they're going to have their own little mini campaign. But again, why release the letter now then? Why not just let him announce it at the DNC convention?
Because I think it's to soften the blow. I think it's to lessen the anticipation. I think it's to prepare people to rally themselves around Kamala Harris or love the fact that this person might be president, even though they can't stomach her or can't stand her. So I think it's kind of like that good news, bad news thing. I got some good news and bad news for you. So it's kind of like making it easier for people. So when he says it out of his mouth and he drops the big boom of him not running for being president, because the truth of the matter is, what does that say about the Democrat Party if they keep this man as the president for August, September, October, November, December, January, and they question his competency? So we're literally keeping a man who hell could break out right now between Ukraine and Russia, and somebody that we don't even trust to run for re-election has an authority in what's happening in global conflicts. Absolutely. That's why I said I think he's going to drop out, because if he doesn't, that's going to look shit stupid on the Democrat Party.
But you said good news, bad news. What's the good news? You have a terribly unpopular president who's going to be replaced by an even more unpopular vice president.
Well, the good news is it looks worse and worse for either one of those people to be president of the United States. So
that's what I'm saying. Where's the good? There's no good news in this. That's why I'm going to keep going back because I still need to understand why. It doesn't soften the blow. We all know. We were told last Tuesday that this was going to happen. I put it on one of my lives. He denied it more than one time since that came out. And like I said, they chastised the letter and even the rumors. They threatened to fire staffers, and then it happens anyway. So if this isn't coercion, my only comfort comes from him saying it. Otherwise, it feels like we have a president being forced out of office, which is a coup. Like literally, that's the definition. You're forcing a president, you're removing a president undemocratically. You're just making a decision to do it. And when it comes to the primaries, there I don't know how many states, but there are some states that they can't go back and redelegate. So this is going to be interesting. Like I said, for me and you, this is going to be phenomenal because we got content for the next all the way through December, even actually through January.
But I think, like I said, when I go back to softening the blow, I just think, can you imagine how it would have been bomb dropping if he goes to the convention and says, I'm deciding not to run for re-election? So now he's given the entire base of people a whole week to kind of process and rally it. So if he even says, I'm not even going to be president anymore, people can say, oh, well, that's good because Kamala Harris gets to step up in that leadership role now. And I cannot fathom. It ain't about her being a black woman. It ain't about her being a woman. I cannot fathom that person sitting across from the table of President Xi of China discussing trade and discussing why they shouldn't be taking on, why they shouldn't be purchasing land in the United States.
Even worse, the Middle East. They don't even respect women, much less a woman who just cackles like half the time. She's going to get no respect, but it doesn't soften the blow for me. What would have softened the blow is if he announced it. A tweet means absolutely nothing. Like it's insane that we're accepting a tweet and a letter from staffers that they said they wrote for him.
Yeah, but I think when you have Obama and you have all the other top Democrats who have already basically given his eulogy after that, I think he can't That's it. I think, and that may have leveraged him to a point where he can't go back from it. But if I'm him, I would say, okay, that's how y'all feel. I'm just leaving altogether. I'm not going to stay in and be, because can you imagine? Let's say one of the justices passes away next month.
Mm-hmm.
We literally got a man that was deemed incompetent to be face criminal charges.
Yeah, can you cam
a
up real
man
quick?
who has
In the back.
who has seen a Parkinson's doctor 9 different times.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who stumbles over every word and can't remember anything as the quote unquote person to make these critical decisions and replacements.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think he's going to just drop altogether. And they're going to praise him as this folk hero for loving his country enough. And that way they can position Trump as the crazy old man and not Biden.
I just don't see how that would work.
You also didn't see him drop it out either.
No. I said I didn't think he was going to drop out, but I was hoping he did. I wanted Kamala. You got to go back and listen to what I was saying. I'll say I didn't see it happening, but if it did, that would be even better because she's less popular than him. But he still hasn't done it as far as I'm concerned. I don't accept a tweet. I just don't. I don't care what Obama says. I don't care what anybody else says. It's not him. So to me, softening the blow would have been him releasing it last Friday, and letting it marinate over the weekend, and then giving them a full week to scramble around and figure out what they're going to do with the delegates. But it's not softening the blow if he doesn't say anything until the convention anyway. I don't see it. And I agree that this is elder abuse. I genuinely do, because it feels like he's being forced out. And at the end of the day, he is still a president. He is the president. The office still means something. Miss SJ, she asked if she picked a running mate. They said she was picking one, or she was going to come into the convention with one ready to go.
I got a theory who she's going to pick.
Who do you think?
Pete Buttigieg.
Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. He's less popular than her.
But why would she pick him though? Why do you think she'd pick him?
Oh, alphabet community. But I just don't see that. That's not enough. That's a minority. He hasn't done anything for transportation.
They're thinking deficiency. They're trying to win on a look factor alone. Because they can't win on a policy factor. They have to win on a look factor. That's why I said if you get rid of Biden, now they can say, "Oh well, that was Biden stuff. Kamala has nothing to do with the board," even though she does. But they're going to try to wipe away all the failures that this 3 years we've experienced.
Oh my goodness!
And they're going to try to say hope and change on Kamala.
I think it was James Carville, who said it's much more difficult running off your own record than running off your predecessor's record. I don't see how they can run on that record at all. They're going to have to completely run on, and I think the assassination attempt actually pulled away from what their original strategy was, which was to call Trump dangerous, because that rhetoric literally caused him to almost be. I got to figure out what word to use. Offed. Unalive. There you go. And you can't use the same kind of rhetoric anymore because, well, everyone's looking at you now. Way, way, way more under a microscope. Bolo, what's going on, man?
Salute, brother Bolo.
Hey, salute, O Speaks, Mel W. What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Hey, I appreciate this conversation you're having, O Speaks, and I agree with you 100% on your points that you've made. Unless we see him, hey, this is a alleged coup. But I was on a platform last night and they were talking about this same thing with Kamala Harris. And it's a Jamaican platform. What was interesting is that their position they're coming from is that, you know, Trump made statements about illegal immigrants or immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a small clip, but from what I understand from it, I might be wrong. He talked about a mass deportation, right?
No, I haven't heard him say anything.
At a speech, he made a statement about mass deportation of epic proportions. You've not heard about that?
No, I haven't heard that. Have you heard that, Mel? He may have stepped away. No, I haven't heard that.
I saw one of his one of the people speaking at his rally talk about a mass deportation. The guy who said he wanted to be the next
correct
something who is in a position of power. He was like, you know, we're going to massively deport people.
Yeah, I haven't seen Trump say it though.
So it didn't come out of Trump's mouth.
It may have. I just haven't seen it,
Okay.
and I can't imagine him saying it in that way. He would talk about. He would say mass deportation of all criminals or something like that.
Yeah,
just going from experience.
The clip that I heard, my understanding from what he said was he was talking about specifically the illegals.
Yes.
Now, I would love for you to do some more research. I'm going to send you the clip.
Oh, I will.
And the timestamp of that platform. I even went up there. You know, they was calling me a Trump supporter. I'm like, bro, I don't support none of these people. To me, both of them.
They're not even here.
I'm just saying, exactly. You know, but I was just saying.
People don't care about that.
I came across some information about Kamala that is allegations, right? And I also, Fake Keeper had put up a video on her Instagram that I thought was interesting. You know, this lady, spiritual lady that had a prophecy, a dream, a vision about this same thing that is happening with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. She said there's going to be an illegal transfer of power between Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. This was in 2021, November 30th. And I thought it's mighty interesting. I'm going to send you everything.
Yeah,
and I know you guys are, you know, the man when it comes on to this topic. So I'm gonna hit you up, and then you can hit up Mel with the links. And I would love for you guys to take a look at that information.
Absolutely, I will.
Right, so that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, that's what I wanted to come up and say. I appreciate the platform and salute. I'll be in the bushes listening. I want to go in at the barber right now.
All right, man. Appreciate you
coming. What you go to a barber for?
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute.
Come on, bro.
It took me a second.
Don't you shave, sir? Come on.
It took me a second. I'm like, wait, whoa.
You got those little hairs at the side. You got to clean up so it can be one even baldness. Look at Mel. Look at Mel.
Hell.
The barber, though.
All right, y'all got jokes. Hey, man.
That'll be how much they charge you, man.
Almost $10.
Easiest $10 on earth.
Yeah, I know, right?
A bald man going to the barbershop. Ain't that a bitch?
That's crazy.
That's something, boy.
That's crazy.
All right, man. Salute.
All right, man.
Salute.
Thanks for coming up, man.
Yes, sir.
Gee, Will, don't. Please tell me that's not true. He said he goes to the barber weekly.
Just for a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. He goes there to argue sports, talk about the Lakers. You ain't getting no haircut. Ain't no way.
But hey, brother, we
$30. Oh, that's California. He's from California, so that's different.
Yeah, but we shall see.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, for people like you and I, we got content. It's not gonna stop. I'm really genuinely excited because this is gonna be great. No matter what happens, there's so many legal things, and I think since the debate, they've been trying to figure out the legalities of everything. That's why you had brought it up. I don't know which live, but you had asked about the freezing of the money. They froze the 91 million. They're trying to figure out how to move some money because they don't want Kamala. But now that in the letter he kind of endorsed her, I don't know how anyone beats, especially there's nobody who's they have to overstep her. So it would have to be a black woman, which would be Michelle.
And see, and that's the thing. Unless they pick, and like, so all these black folks who are running around saying we need to support her because she's black, and there are going to be some of those ones. I'm telling you right now, you're about to see some messed up cookouts and barbecues. I'm telling you, because now you got black folks who don't give a damn about saying I'm gonna vote for Trump. I ain't voting for that crazy woman. You got a lot of those people.
It's socially acceptable now.
But unless they pull another black person to be her running mate, those people who say vote her because she's black, they're gonna look like damn fools.
Her running mate. Interesting.
They can't do that. There is nobody.
I was just going to ask, who would that be?
And Michelle Obama would not be the bottom of that ticket.
No. I did see some interesting rumors about Hillary swooping in. She can definitely raise money, but she would just lose again. Again, I don't care what happens. This is going to be so great. Dude, this is going to be so great. But, I've seen some legit people saying it too. So it's not like, random small political pundits.
But you
like
know what?
some
Oh,
really
me
ones.
and my wife, we got into a debate about it yesterday. We were talking. I said that I don't even think Trump should debate Kamala Harris.
I definitely would.
I don't think it. She was like, yeah, he should. I don't think it benefits him to do it. The only thing that could happen is I think the media will over sensationalize her as victorious, no matter how word salady she sounds.
They do that anyway,
and they're going to try to. They didn't do it for Joe, but
well, now they didn't, but they did last time. They said he won one of the debates, and he was clearly asleep.
Yeah, but I was saying, and then I think if Trump makes one little slip up, because he's already getting a decent chunk of the black vote, that they could run with and say, he's a racist. They're trying to really
it'll be too
siphon that black vote away. And what they don't understand is that he has the Hispanic vote. So it's not
turn
like
off your YouTube, G. Will. There's feedback coming from it. Andre said he's guessing that her running mate's going to be Gavin Newsom. He stopped leg pressing just to type that. I don't see him. He thinks he's the president. I don't see him being her VP. But if he did get on the ticket, it would be VP, because there's no way they're going to allow him to be over her. There's no way.
But somebody keeps bringing up, and I've seen this on numerous occasions. I haven't researched it yet, but something about people can't be from the same state and run on the same ticket. I don't know if that's verified or not.
Why is that?
That's what I've heard. I've heard like at least 3 different people say that.
I need to look that up. I don't see why that would be.
Me either.
Why is that an issue? Is it because it's not representative? But if they're chosen, then it's representative. I'll look up that one too. Bolo, DM me all the stuff you got. I'm gonna look that up, and I'm gonna look this up about the same state, because that's I've never heard that. Doesn't mean it's not true, but I haven't heard that. G. Will, what's going on, man?
Is that
coming from the barber?
Man, let me tell you something. I go weekly, $40 a week. I hate shaving my head.
$40.
No, it is not. It is not. Listen, this dude has been cutting my hair since I was 12 years old. He went from the full head to the bald head.
To the 3 strands right here, just
yep. Get them all. Shave them with precision. It's like Coming to America. Just make it nice and neat.
Oh yeah, Coming to Me, that was great. He just cut off the tail, right?
He just cut off the tail.
Said, yeah, that was great.
He said that'd be $8.
Yep. That's a great movie.
But no, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys like my Facebook timeline is all black folks.
I'm seeing it.
Pictures of Kamala. I stand with her.
I'm seeing it. Now, to the point, I don't know if I made it or if Mel did. It's women. It's not the black men. Black men are pretty much done.
There's a couple black dudes on there. Only a couple. There's a couple black dudes on there. I'm like, why?
But those betas, that's always gonna be there though. No, we talking about like real black men, like, because like I mean you gonna have Van Jones crying and Roland Martin rolling his eyes. You know,
did you catch the beginning of this live?
you gonna have those teeth suckers out there, yeah. But I'm talking about like every day get up, put your drawers on the right way, and go to work, black men. I ain't talking about those dudes.
That's great.
He said teeth suckers.
Miss Akimi, how you doing? Yeah, it's majority women, but I don't even think all of them, because my timeline is kind of like that, but I also see a lot of black women pushing back. It's not. She's not a likable person, and the more they see her,
she really is.
No, the more they see her and her speak, they're gonna be like, "Are we serious right now?"
Yeah. Look, all I know is when Trump wins, I know I'm not getting invited to another barbecue. I ain't in no cookouts, no birthday parties.
I already been kicked out. What you talking about?
Good luck. They know I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to say.
Yeah, I have to promise my wife that I'll behave. That's the only time I can go to any kind of engagements. I gotta make a promise. So it got to the point where I just sit back and just watch everybody.
Now I just get my plate and leave because they already know. Look, they don't even say nothing to me because they already know. Let me get some chicken potato salad. Just don't spit in it, and I'm going to the house.
Don't spit in it. Who's that for? Mel? Oh yeah.
Yeah, them
They do the
aunties be
hot
mad. Them
tuna.
aunties mad at us, bro. I'm telling you. Why you bring his ass over here with their Obama picture in their house?
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
You know, I had a conversation, and I hopefully I'm not breaking up.
No, you're good.
But I had a conversation with my little brother in Texas yesterday, and you know he's a Democratic voter. He votes for the Democrats. And he tried to break it down religiously to me,
Oh
and I was
no.
like, "Stop it!"
Planned Parenthood destroys all moral arguments against the leftists.
Not just Planned Parenthood, but he kept saying, he's like, "Well, you being a minister, how can you vote
Oh
for a
no.
rapist?"
Oh, whoa, you gotta be careful with that word. Use
Oh,
our word.
my
Use our
bad. Our
No,
word.
it's all
My
good. I'll
bad. I'm
catch it.
sorry.
I'll
Sorry,
go back and
YouTube.
catch it.
I messed up the dang algorithm. My bad.
Nah. It's all good. A minute. What does that have? Oh man.
And I bet he don't even believe in God like that either.
I bet you he doesn't know the accusations against Joe. You know what I forgot to add to my little
That's what I was telling
montage? I forgot to add the 11, his daughter showering with him at 11. That would have been a little dark.
G. Will, I would love to come to your church, brother.
Oh.
Yes.
Come on, man. You in Cali?
Go to Cali just to go to that church.
Go to Cali just to go to that church.
Yeah,
Drop some
you in
money in the
Cali,
offering
let's
plate.
go, man. We ain't even like, even my pastor don't even care. He's like, man, I don't care about none of these fools.
So Kamala can't come into y'all church and do the cha-cha slide?
No, they don't do political.
Not allowed, bro.
Yeah, they don't do politicians at his church.
Oh wow.
We don't do politics.
That's good. That's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
Stay out.
I'm good on time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm all in, but I'm just not as, I don't want to say eager. I am not accepting a tweet. I just can't. I just can't.
But they told you that they were putting out a tweet. They said they were putting a letter on Tuesday. And I was like, all right, they're putting a letter, but Joe gonna say something. Man, they got Joe in hiding. They put Joe in a bunker. You stay here.
I'm telling you, he's been on the toilet since Friday.
Right.
They just left him there.
You know he's under quarantine because he got COVID.
Yeah. That's it's.
He can't be around nobody for 4 months.
Trump did a speech while he had it, when he first got it, and then when he came out the back end. That's why the same thing with I think it was Van Jones also, where he said, "Hey, you know, Trump literally took a bullet. This guy can't handle COVID." Like, I don't know. It's not. It's not looking good for the remainder of his presidency.
Yeah, Joy Reid said the bullet in COVID.
Uh-oh, you broke up.
I think I lost.
Oh, now you.
Oh, there we are. Wait.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm in the canyon, man. I'm almost home.
Got it. I've driven through that way many times.
I said Joy Reid said it was the same thing, man. She said that COVID and the bullet, same thing. Ain't no difference.
Yeah, she was trying to downplay it. She went down a whole conspiracy. Oh my gosh, I thought about playing it on here, and I'm like, I'm not even going to give that the respect to play. She did a whole conspiracy theory rant on her, I think, IG. She went live.
Yeah.
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, the whole thing was set up and fake. It wasn't real.
Yep. She was trying to say it was glass. It was just nonsense. Like I said, I didn't even want to talk about it, because if I can't make sense out of it, I'm not going to talk about it.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. But guys, I have a little bit of time. Do you guys have anything else on this topic?
Will this be the last time you play her talking about the what has been and the what
No,
could be? I
no,
can't please.
no. It might not be the longest one. Please don't unsubscribe. It might not be the long one that I just did, but if she gets the candidacy, you guys are all stuck listening to her cackle and talk about being unburdened and all that nonsense.
I can't.
And it's gonna grow. So I'll do more newer stuff because every time she gives a speech, she's gonna do the same thing. She can't help herself.
I was literally in stopped 405 traffic when I started
Suffering.
hearing it, and I was like, "Why is he doing this to me?"
Suffering in traffic. You're already stuck in there.
Right.
Well, no, there's going to be a lot of new material with her every time she speaks, man.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I think Tulsi Gabbard gave the best, I guess, summarization of Kamala Harris.
Oh, in the debate? Yeah.
When she bust her down at the debate.
Yes, sir.
And for anybody who needs to figure out who Kamala Harris is, remember, she's the same woman who went on her whole spiel about Joe Biden being a racist, only to turn around and say, "We did it, Joe. We did." She looks so damn stupid with that, man. But that is the reason why I don't ever listen to people who are Democrat before they are black. Yes. Same thing I say about people who are Republican before they're black as well too.
We saw DL. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't play with race when it benefits you and it fits your narrative. And so she's going to get exposed in that sense. So I don't want to hear about Donald Trump being a racist because she ended up metaphorically sleeping with one that somebody she called a racist.
Yep.
So
well, no, I guess Willie wasn't racist. No, never mind. I'm not gonna go down that.
Look, we all think of this, but hey, she was bad back in the day, though. She was. But pretty don't change an ugly behavior and an ugly personality will make the prettiest woman seem unattractive.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for my live, bro. So I'm gonna holler at you.
Hey, were you the one who went over the DL Hughley thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great live, man.
Yeah. The ain't I a Democrat?
Yeah, show what he is. Ugh.
He's spitting in the camera, just mad.
Frothing at the mouth.
I wonder what he got to say now.
Terrible. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. Yeah, take care.
Hey, Will, you got anything else?
I was just gonna say, if you remember my post when I was just breaking down a little bit of history on that party, on that Democratic Party, and everybody had something to say. My little brother went in and throwing like fact checkers from TikTok.
Oh, jeez.
He put a whole bunch in there, and I'm cracking up because if you research the fact checkers, they're liberals.
Mm-hmm. That's how it always is. That's how they've always done it. I gotta go check that post out again. I didn't see any comments on it yet. I saw it right when you put it up.
Go in there and look at all the comments because I didn't do it to change anybody's mind. My point was y'all hate this man this much that y'all cool with the man being shot at. I've even seen posts where dudes like he should have died.
Yeah. Oh man, it's horrible. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, it's been pretty terrible. And my biggest point in there that nobody paid attention to was I was like, you need to pray for the man.
Yeah.
Pray for him. Pray for the office. Pray for the presidency. That's what you do. That was the whole.
And pray for anyone who thinks it's okay to say something like that. Right. There's something going on there that's not
right.
That's not aligned.
How much do you hate a person to be like he should have died? What?
A person that you don't know.
Don't know him from Adam.
Yeah.
Hasn't done anything to you. And you can't tell me anything he did in his 4 years as president that made your life worse.
Nope.
Okay. Not one person can, but they hate him. But you can't tell me anything that he did in his 4 years of presidency that made their life worse. So wow. I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna let y'all put y'all comments. I'll read them. But I'm not going to comment back because I don't feel like arguing with people over social media on something this dumb.
I wouldn't mind going over there and arguing, so I'll check it out in a little while. But I appreciate you for coming up. Thank you, G. Will, as always. Mel Dub stopped by. I'm going to start posting the links of the people that I frequent. Miss Akimi. I see you. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Stopping by. Andre, as always, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for liking the music. Uh-oh. What just happened? Didn't let me send the link. That's weird. Let's try it this way. Is it in there? Do you guys see it? StreamYard has been having some issues lately. So if you're a YouTuber and you've been having issues, it's not you. It's not your internet connection. Likely, it's StreamYard. I wasn't able to use pictures for two lives straight. Let's see if this is coming up. Hopefully I'm still connected. It says I'm still connected, but it's having an issue posting. Yeah, it's starting to act funky now. Miss Akimi, I frequent. Miss Real Talk Nikki, I just put in. Yeah, it's acting funny. Oh, there it is. There's a big delay. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? Mel, who stopped by, he has a great channel, great content creator. There's his. Who else do we got? Biz 101, one of the most important people on this side of YouTube. And he has a finance channel. Please, please go listen to him. This man does not need me to share his link, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I will always do it on behalf of him. Kwame Brown, great content creator, very wise for a person his age. We have, to me, the best YouTuber out there, Damn D, POV. He goes over pop culture stuff. And then most of his clips are put onto this channel, which is his live news channel. Again, never disappoints. Never disappoints. Vince is one of my biggest supporters, if not the biggest supporter. So I will always shout out Vince. And this young man has not started yet, but he will be an amazing content creator. And his name is Jay. So those are the people who I frequent. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Hopefully I'm still connected. It says I'm still connected. Again, Andre W., Miss Akimi, Bolo VNR for coming up, Miss Genesis, Denise Stewart. Who else was in here? Miss Amber C. G. Will again. Miss SJ, thank you for stopping in. Okay, cool. So it does say it. All right. Who else? We have... I am going to tell Jay to hurry up for sure. I said Mel Dub already. D. Santana was in here. Respect. Clara Booker was in here. Appreciate it as always. Who else? True Essence was in here. Thank you, young lady, for stopping by. Miss Tasha was in here. Catcher Matter Jagger was in here. Kev's Butterfly was in here. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. I apologize for how I started the live. My wife's gonna... I'm gonna hear about that one if she watches. Who else was in here? I think I got everybody. If I didn't... Oh, Miss Phoenix Rising. Always. Thank you for stopping in. Let's see, I think that's everybody. T-Hep 305. Thank you. And if I didn't catch you, it is not personal. If you would like to support the channel, the money is going right back into the channel. Hopefully you notice the difference in the production. This is my Cash App. My Cash App's right under my face on screen. But if you needed the link, you can always use a fresh wind. That is an inside joke. I will say that every time. I think I got everybody. I'm going to still end on Glorious. Because as long as this is happening in politics, it is absolutely. John Thompson was in here. Thank you, Catcher. Appreciate you. Thank you. And I will feel terrible if I forget somebody. Booster number 14. I don't know who that is. Evo the Artist. I almost forgot. See, I'm glad I went all the way back up. I didn't miss anybody. Thank you guys again. I am OT Them Speak. Please like, subscribe, share. I am on Rumble. I appreciate everyone on Rumble. I've been getting a lot of traction over there. And obviously, I Appreciate everyone here on YouTube. Thank you guys. And you all have a blessed day. Have a good one. Don't cry too hard, please.